the light layer used to simulate a bit more realistic type of lighting for 3D layers. Depending on what type of layer of light we choose under the light options of the spot, parallel, point or ambient, there are a few different alternatives, and how they function with the transform properties varies a little bit. For the spotlight, one current change is that the anchor point is now being removed, and instead there's a point of interest, which literally means the point or the spot that the lighting will be focusing on or pointing at. Then controlling the point of interest, either with the values down here, moving it a bit similar to the X or the horizontal axis from the left to the right. The Y or the vertical axis between up and down, or also use the set value, and then you will be changing the depth of field by moving the point back or forwards. Additionally, adjust it directly in the composition panel by just clicking on the point and holding it while dragging it around. For the position X and Y values, you will notice that the position X and the Y values moves just as normally, but while the Z is now a controller for the radius or size of the actual cone, making it wider and larger by lowering the negative of the Z value, and vice versa when the amount is increased instead, kinda focusing and tightening the light stream. When we're going to adjust the next one, the orientation, it might seem a little bit in contrast to what we actually have been doing before with the X and Y values or how they actually move. But think of it like having two sticks that you attached the light to, and one of them laying down horizontally as an X value and the other one standing up like the Y value. When rotating the first light, we cannot rotate it around the X value or the horizontal stick. Thus, we will be moving the light up and down, while the other light is attached to the Y value or the vertical stick and rotating around this one instead. So it's just going to be able to move or turn to the left or to the right. And then the position property will kind of move this cross-shaped construction, if you will, of the sticks to the left and right, up and down, or back and forward. Moving on to the set value, which make the light rotate around itself, so spinning around in this type of manner. And same options as well is shown down here, separated below. Under the light options, which we will find for the spot, parallel, and for the point light, there's a few more goodies for us. Just a little quick note here when we're working with light or we want to add any type of light or lighting to our composition. Just make sure that you actually turn on the 3D options for any type of layer that you want to connect the light to or actually see the light with. Moving on, it will be possible here to drag down the intensity and lower the lighting to the negative, while also being possible to raise it, well, almost to infinity. But probably you won't see that much of a difference when going over the 600-700% mark, as the colors are already blown out here. You can then change the color of the light, the cone angle down from 0% or up all the way to 180, cone feather between 0 and 100% for a bit smoother gradient or sharper edges. Falloff between none, smooth, where depending on the distance of the depth or the set value, positioning it will lighten up brighter when closer and fade out darker, disappearing from further distance. Which is quite similar to the inverse square clamp, but this one has somewhat more rapid fall off or decrease in the brightening when moved away from an object. The radius sets the distance within which the light remains constant, and beyond this point, the light will instead start to fade away. Lowering the fall-off distance will darken or minimize the lighting faster, or starting to dim at the closer point, while turning it up gives the opposite effect. The cast shadows lets us turn on and off the visibility of shadows behind a text or object. Shadow darkness is used for brighten or darken the shadow, a bit similar to the look of using the opacity. And then the diffusion is just like a blur, unsharpening the shadow whenever it's being increased. Parallel light will be more similar to a larger or wider source of light, almost like the sun. And this one is controlled only with point of interest and position. Point of light is not that far away from how the parallel looks, but instead uses only the position property, and the light won't be as strong as with the parallel light. And one of the more noticeable differences here between the two different type of lights, the parallel lights, no matter how far away or close to an object you are moving it, the shadows will always stay the same. Thus, as with the point light, kind of representing the light from a light bulb. Anytime you move it further apart from the object, the shadow will become a lot larger, or increasing the further apart an object is. Then lastly, the ambient light will be lightening up the whole scene evenly from all type of directions. It's also not movable, and the only options are to lower or increase the effect or the intensity of it, and together with the color of it. And to spice up your scenes a little bit more, giving that little lightning flavor to it, you can always try different varieties of lightning, and you can try placing them in a few different locations within the scene